Howdy there, my name's McCree, and I got a question for Blizzard. Did you think I didn't notice? Because I did. My dead eye is always watching. And for what I can tell, you were trying to sweep this under the rug. You removed my goddamn noose spray.
I only found out about this through a fellow YouTuber I enjoy watching because as far as I can tell right now, Blizzard's keeping their head down about it all. And I think this new update was meant to distract us from it. From what I've heard, the ADL, or the Anti-Defamation League, has declared the noose a racist symbol, likely leading to the company's decision to remove it. I don't know if anyone knows this, but nooses are not so easily defined. They're used in depressing statements, sure, against all kinds of people. Sometimes they can depict people who are depressed or contemplating ending it all. But you know what? They can also be used artistically, to help deliver a different kind of message. I've watched tons of Western movies and baddies would be put to the rope for being evil vigilantes shooting up the town. It was very common back then. Or at least it's a common stereotype in cowboy flicks. Noticed I said cowboy. He's a reformed man who was in fact a bad guy, but he's attempting to do better by laying down the law on injustice in the world. Like Junkrat in his clown skin.
Do I look like a f***ing joke to you?
The man and his noose ain't racist. He's not portrayed as a racist in the game, and his noose isn't portrayed as racism in the game. It's the context here that matters.
It's the user. It's the intention behind the words that makes them good or bad.
By the way, another genre that commonly uses nooses is fantasy RPG stuff, like the Witcher series.
Are we just gonna ban the use of nooses in all video games and media now because the object is apparently racist and we can't have nice things?
You know what, though? I genuinely do feel like there is another side to the story, and I don't want this to sound like I'm ignorant to that. I found a Twitter post that reads,
I know some people are gonna be indignant about this change, but toxic players were using the noose spray to threaten people in-game. I think it was a good and necessary thing for them to do.
I don't hold any animosity towards this person. They're making a valid argument that some people find this to be hurtful when used as a weapon to threaten them in-game. However, this is where the snowball effect comes in. What do I mean by that? You give them an inch, they take a mile. What do I mean by that? The human mind is a brilliant thing that allows us to examine the world around us with extensive detail. All of us are unique in the sense that we can generally see meaning in things others can't. I personally see graveyards as kind of a positive place. Not at night, though. The place creeps me out then.
Ah, Matt, why would you say that? Half the people I've met I put in the grave. Dead people are there and it makes me remember the inevitable demise of my existence.
Well, I've got a few reasons. It's quiet, it's generally peaceful, and there's a lot of history there. Not to mention that when my friends start facing the gallows...
You see what I did there? I used it as a metaphor for my friends naturally departing from this world. Not racist.
I personally find comfort in knowing that I can visit them when they're long gone, pay respects to my loved ones, and remember everything that I loved about them. You may see it as merely a sad place and think that I'm stupid to think otherwise. I find it to be both a sad and happy place, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what else there isn't anything wrong with? Disagreeing with one another. Being offended. If I'm offended by what you think of me, that doesn't entitle me to make you change the way you think or feel. Nor does it allow me to force you to give a piece of rope the same kind of symbolic power someone else does.
What offends me may not offend you, and you want to make laws about this? I'm offended when I see boy bands, for God's sake.
However, try to think about that. It's the person giving this object that kind of power. If it's racism or people making serious threats we're concerned about here, then perhaps we should instead be looking into the people causing this distress and help show them different perspectives on life and its people. Because at the end of the day, if you merely take away their tool, this is going with the assumption that people were in fact using this as a racist or threatening thing to other players, they're just going to find something else. Or someone may depict something else in-game as racist or threatening or homophobic, you name it. They might see the horseshoe they replaced it with as a symbol of animal abuse because it reminds them of the domestication of horses and think they should run wild and free. They might see Junkrat and his bombs to be the symbol of racist terrorists who just want to bomb other cultures who disagree with their way of life or merely because they aren't as fleshy as them. The snowball effect. You give them an inch, they take a mile. They might also see Arissa's.
I told you to stop resisting.
Line is offensive due to police brutality,
And seriously, this is going way too far. Just f***ing stop this right now. God damn it!
You know, me and my buddies would be waiting for a match to start, and we would put up cute little sprays of ourselves, and someone would be all like, "Hang 'em high," and we'd laugh and laugh because it was fun, and you took that fun away because some people decided to get butthurt over it. You've done stuff like this before, and you'll do it again, all because you're trying to please everybody, but you can't, and in the end, you're just hurting those you're trying to protect. But I know what Blizzard will say if they ever see this. Bad luck, chump.
Hang 'em high.
Well, hello there, you lovely misfits and freaks. Thanks for watching. Big thank you as always to my lovely patrons. If you want to support me, feel free to use the link in the description below.
I'm still doing my Twitch streams every Friday at 10 a.m. Sydney Australian time, and my game sessions on Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. Sydney Australian time. Feel free to use a time converter if this thing's a little weird for you to understand.
It's Aussie time, sorry. If you want to buy any of your PC games, you're welcome to use my Green Man Gaming affiliate link. Doing this and making a purchase basically gives me a little bit of kickback. It helps me out a little bit, at no extra cost to you as well, mind you. So helps me out, helps you out, you get nice games, get a nice discount, and it's good. We're all good. Oh, and if you want to watch, you can use the code WinkyFace, as per usual. Be a nice and shiny kawinky dink, not with your fucking phones and shit. Who uses a phone nowadays? I want to watch. I want something that I can hang around like a fucking dipstick. Run around all day. Ooh, what's that? That's fucking great.